Today we're going to take a look at this year's winter banner, and as you can tell by the thumbnail, it has a character that is very unexpected, at least to me, and it's one of the funniest seasonals to date, one of the most unexpected ones in my opinion. Winter Fomortiis. So just look at this absolute behemoth of a demon in his winter attire, or with Lion obviously, or Leon, and just look at this. Even he can't believe that he's here. What do you mean, he said. This is absolutely hilarious. I love it when FEH does unexpected choices and funny seasonals like this. This is definitely one of the funniest ones in my opinion. And yeah, Fomortiis is back as a red beast armor, and we just had Nidhogger, so now she has a little bit more competition because this one's definitely going to be more updated, because regular Fomortiis, he kind of fell off after a while. He was pretty strong in his debut, but power creep and whatnot. But Shield Fighter did help him a little bit to be a better defense mythic, because Shield Fighter is just so good. But now he has an updated version, and a winter version at that, something that pretty much no one expected. Like, if you called Winter Fomortiis, I would have called you crazy. But here we are. So I do love it, like I said, when FEH makes these hilarious choices. So this is definitely pretty awesome. So here he is tanking Ivy, who can hit him 3 times because of her potent, but of course he's going to survive. Icy Ravager is his weapon, -1 cooldown at the start of turn at the start of enemy phase, except for in summer duels. A special cooldown count, so he has Times Pulse. Excuse me. If foe initiates combat or foe's HP is greater than or equal to 75% at the start of combat, he inflicts penalty on foe's attack defense equal to 20% of his defense at the start of combat plus 6. Deals true damage. X equals the value of the number of foes defeated by unit's team on the current turn. Okay, this is a new condition that I don't think we've seen before. X is going to equal the total value of the number of foes defeated by unit's team. So you want your allies or him to take out as many people as possible on the current turn. And then that is going to be added to his true damage, his flat damage, and the number of foes that have already performed an action. So this is similar to Nightmare, where it's based on turns and who have removed. So yeah, ×3 plus 10, maximum 19. Usually it's a maximum 14, but this time they're like, okay, let's make it 19 for this man. That is crazy. 4 current turn, player phase and enemy phase are counted separately. Excluding AoEs, reduces damage from foes' attacks by X. X again equals the same thing right there, so you can get a lot of damage output, a lot of flat damage reduction, of course, as it is pretty common now in the meta. And yeah, reduces damage excluding AoE, so you can weaken him down with AoEs, I suppose. And he also has Null Guard, and also his special cooldown count is a maximum value. He has the special spiral effect after combat, or should I say, I guess Times Pulse 4. So it's going to let him trigger Aegis a lot easier, which he comes with. So Icy Ravager, it might not seem like the craziest weapon, but the fact that he can have so much bulk, kind of like Nidhogger as well with her flat damage reduction, is insane. And then now he has a new updated Nightmare. I love the icon. I love it when they're actually creative and make it unique to the character. So that's a really cool icon. So Leden, I don't know how to say it, but I'm gonna call Leden. Leden regrets. If unit can transform, transformation effects gain if unit is within 2 spaces of a beast or dragon ally, or if the number of adjacent allies other than beast is less than or equal to 2 as a trigger condition, which is going to make it easier for him to transform. If defending Aether Raids at start enemy turn 1, if conditions for transforming are met, he transforms, of course, which is going to give him the distant counter, which is the standard for beast armors. If unit is transform or foe initiates combat, inflicts -10 attack defense on the foe. Reduces damage from foes followed by 80%. This is pierceable, but he does have the flat DR, of course, to back him up there. I believe this was the same thing that he had before in his base version, and that includes the Brave Hits. It also reduces the damage reduction skills by 50%, the DR halving, and then also if foe initiates combat after combat, the closest foes within 4 space of target who have yet to act have their actions end immediately. This is very powerful with Shield Fighter and Aegis and just his bulk overall. I mean, like I mentioned earlier, Fomortiis could use Shield Fighter and it would make him a lot better of a mythic to survive and stop the action. So he has the same thing here, of course, as you might expect. So not, Nightmare, it's not called Nightmare, but it basically is the updated Nightmare. He's the Grinch out here. The Shield Fighter, we've seen that before. That is incredibly good. And then he comes with, okay, this is weird. Attack Defense Briar Farsave, not Twin, okay. If foe with range, this is a new skill. Foe with range equals 2 initiates combat, of course. He triggers Savior. If foe's range equals 2, grants attack defense plus 4 to unit and reduces damage from foe's first attack by 5. Wow. Okay, so even more flat damage reduction. I mean, 5 it doesn't seem like much, but on top of everything that he has, it's going to make him super annoying to take out. Excuse me. Including the Brave Hits, means the first second strikes, and unit's next attack deals damage equal to 40% of foe's attack damage prior to reductions. Wow. Okay, so like, I feel like I can compare this to like Damage Reflection, where you know, the damage you deal back is based on the damage that's reduced, but this one is actually based on the damage prior to reductions, which is interesting. I don't think we've seen that. That's another condition that's pretty unique. I don't think we've seen that before. So Briar F save is pretty cool because it gives you more DR than the twin far save, though the twin far save does let you trigger, you know, armored blaze and armored flow and stuff twice in a combat. But for Fomortiis here, you know, he's not using that special. Look at his scarf, dude. This dude's so unserious. Like, Fomortiis is one of the most menacing Fire Emblem bosses and, you know, creatures we've ever seen. And the fact that he has a winter ult is amazing. I love it. I'm all for it, dude. He takes nothing from Ivy, and Ivy's, you know, she's a little bit older, I suppose, now, but she can still hit hard, but she's not going to do much against Fomortiis. And then same with Summer Petra. I mean, armors are back, man. I mean, they've done a good job, I feel like, of keeping armors in the loop, you know, because we've had, this year has been so good for Omni tanks, and they're still good, of course, but armors, you know, they finally have something to come back with. Not that they were ever that bad, I suppose, but, you know, Omni tanks kind of took over for a bit. So there's Winter Fomortiis, definitely my favorite unit on this banner. Next up is Winter Shez. Shez is getting another alt. I like Shez. As you guys saw, I plus 10 legendary male Shez, her male counterpart. But female Shez getting another cute alt with a dagger version, a green dagger cavalier. That's very rare. Red Fist Blades has the brave effect, of course, as you might expect. -1 cooldown to start a turn if she's alive, grants attack speed +6, incited, and special charge +1 for a status to her allies as well. So she grants 3 statuses to her allies and herself. That's amazing. Incited is nice to have for offensive units. Start of combat, if she's alive, grants bonus to all of her stats equal to the number of foes in 3 rows per column centered on unit times 3 + 5, maximum 14. Again, that is the standard nowadays, maximum 14. You even see this in arcane weapons, but for Fomortiis is like, I'm going to get 19, so that's crazy. 14 still good, of course. Deals damage to true damage, 20% of her speed, and reduces damage from the foe's first attack by 7, so she gets a little bit of bulk there. Luna is her special. Swift Ice is her new A skill instead of Swift Slice, so that's a funny name. If unit initiates combat within 2 spaces of an ally, grants +8 to all of her stats, reduces damage from the foe's first attack by 30, that is pierceable, including the brave hits, neutralizes, so no follow-up, that's good, and reduces the damage reduction, standard damage reduction by 50%, DR halving. If unit initiates combat against a non-dragon, non-beast infantry foe, and your speed is greater than or equal to the speed's foe speed +20, you have the effective damage against everybody. Otherwise, if you initiate combat and your speed is greater than the foe speed +5, you grant effectiveness against all weapon types. Whoa, hold up. So this is updated. Before, I think she just only had the first part, or something like that, close to it, where she had effectiveness against everybody. Wait, hold up. Effectiveness against all weapon types. Otherwise, if you initiate combat... Okay, so she either way, she gets the effective damage. So if you initiate combat against a non-dragon, non-beast infantry foe... Okay. So basically against like Omni tanks, you have to really outspeed them to get the effective damage. So that makes sense. But against everybody else that isn't, you know, that's like a dragon or beast, you just have to have speed +5, I suppose, which is going to be easy because a lot of the dragons and beasts aren't that fast like Shez. You know, Shez is going to hit really hard and has the speed for it. So this is a pretty insane skill. Just like Swift Slice when it came out, it was pretty potent. And now you have an updated version with updated stats. She is green though. Green nukes definitely have problems against like Emblem Mike and stuff. But Emblem Mike, I don't know. You know, he's going to take the effective damage because he's so slow. He can never be able to avoid the speed check there. So yeah, Shez is a pretty crazy nuke, I feel like. Swift Ice is really nice. Full Disarm, another new disarm skill. Jeez. Inflicts speed defense -X on the foe. Here we go. X equals the total number of bonus effects active on unit, excluding stat bonuses and penalty effects active on the foe. So this is maximum to 12 times 2 + 4, maximum 12, and has no guard. Attacking in 8th raids, you have the ability to disarm traps, like we've seen before. So that is nice. And then Pulse Smog we saw on her male legendary version, which is only on daggers, but it's very useful for them. I do like that it is kind of restricted, even though I know some people are disappointed. Pulse Smog is something that gives daggers, you know, a cool niche, because Pulse Smoke 3 is available on pretty much everybody, but Pulse Smog isn't. So explodes into battle with 4 attacks, effectiveness against... Yeah, okay, so I was just going to say, yeah, she can nuke Emblem Ike. Now, obviously these trailers aren't always indicative of matchups, because, I mean, matchups can always vary with depending on support and whatnot, but Shez being green, taking out Emblem Ike is still impressive, I feel like. And we do have more counters to Emblem Ike now. So that is Shez, definitely an insane nuke. You know, it's pretty standard. She's pretty much doing the exact same thing as she did before, but now she has a bit more bulk. She has support as well. So that is Winter Shez. Definitely someone I didn't expect because the last character is also an Avatar character, but that is Shez. Congrats, Shez fans. Next we have Hortensia. We saw her in the silhouette, so it's pretty much guaranteed it was her. The self-proclaimed cutie girl from Engage, and you know, this is definitely cute. She is here to slay with her, is that a weapon or a staff? It's a staff, okay. She comes with Ice Lock Plus, that's interesting. Snowman Staff, -1 cooldown. Let's see, cooldown count -1. Value cannot be reduced below 0. Foe can counterattack. Unit can move to a space within 2 spaces of any ally, of course. Within 2 spaces of units, so that ability is nice. If rally or movement assist is used on unit, grants foe penalty doubler. Okay, that's another unique kind of thing. There's not many units that get this. There's like, what? Fallen Lloyd, I think, has it, and then like Rearmed Plumeria. So foe penalty doubler isn't too common, I suppose. And I think it's also on Panic Smoke 4, but Panic Smoke 4 isn't also, it's not on every C skill. So that's unique support for a healer especially. And special cooldown count -1 to unit, target ally, and allies within 3 spaces of target ally after the movement. Special cooldown count -1, granted only once per turn, so you can't just like Dancer and do it again. That makes sense. But that is amazing support. Foe penalty doubler, and also the special cooldown. If unit is within 3 spaces of an ally, grants bonus to units attack at speed 6 plus 20% of unit speeds during combat. You have no follow-up. Okay, they're starting to add more no follow-up effects again. Deals true damage 20% of her speed, so it's just going to be pretty fast. And also calculates the Wrathful Staff built in, and also has, well, that excludes AoE. So yeah, the main part of this weapon is definitely the support, but she can definitely hit hard because she has no follow-up. She has a true damage, and she has the Dazzling and Wrathful Staff built in, which is amazing for a healer, so you don't have to run any of those skills in the B. Ice Lock is a new rally assist skill, which is treated as such. Restores HP 40% of her attack, minimum 6 HP to target ally, and grants defense rest +6 to target ally for 1 turn. And also, if there's no Divine Vein Ice currently applied to unit or allies, applies Divine Vein Ice to... Okay, so more of this shiz, man. I hate fighting Divine Vein Ice. You know, Brave Female Robin's very annoying, but for the Winter Banner, it makes more sense, obviously. And this is going to be very obnoxious. So, and this is inheritable, so people can... It's not just her who can do this. Any healer can do it. So healers are getting more stuff, which is cool. So yeah, you just have to have no other ice terrain. So you apply that to 2 spaces, 2 spaces away from target for 1 turn, exclude spaces occupied by foe, select terrain other than defined by ice, and warp space around domains. If used on turn 2 onward, also grants another action to unit. Whoa, okay. So if you use this after turn 2 or further or onward, you grant another action to yourself, and you do have the gravity status on yourself, but that is pretty nice. And then effects that can trigger on turn 2 onward, not trigger again for 2 turns after triggering. Okay. So they balanced it a little bit. Using the skill has no effect on special cooldown charge, and unit does not gain EXP or SP. So Ice Lock is a pretty cool skill because you have that terrain support to be annoying. You heal them, of course, and then you also can move again, which is pretty insane. So yeah. And for Hortensia, you know, she can use it well because she's going to have the modern attack stat, I'm sure. So yeah. Along with the support she gives, she's going to be a crazy healer. Holy Pressure we've seen before. Attack speed catch 4, which is a bit disappointing, but I don't think she can learn Mastery. I think Mastery is only on Flyers, I believe. So catch 4 is still kind of outdated, but for a healer, they don't have the most amount of options, especially because she's a cavalry unit, I'm pretty sure. Poetic Justice and Twinkling Anima, similar to her, or a similar name at least to her rearmed version. At start of turn, if she's alive, grants attack speed +6, Canto 1, and the following status unit and allies. Within 3 spaces for 1 turn, neutralizes penalties to unit during combat. Nice support. Start of turn, you inflict speed res -7, panic, and discord on closest foes. So she's just inflicting all kinds of stuff on people. Full penalty doubler, extra action, healing. This is just one of the best healers in the game, honestly. So panic and discord on closest foes within any foe, and any foe within 3 spaces of those foes through their next actions. If units within 3 spaces of an ally, grants attack speed +5 to unit, has null guard, and also has DR halving. So yeah, Hortensia is stacked as a healer. Definitely one of the best, like I said. She just has so much support. Hits really hard, and has the utility of the Icy Lock, and also has the terrain. So like, yeah, this is definitely one of the most stacked, definitely probably the most stacked healer in the game. And you know, healers don't really get as much stuff as this. So Hortensia fans definitely ate. There she is moving. You know, she can go on top of the terrain obviously because it's hers, and she just takes out the Altina with the gifts, and throws a snowball and a snowman on her. Holy Pressure is going to trigger. So she has Null Guard, DR having. There's just so much stuff I can't even keep track of all of it. But Hortensia is really impressive. Yeah, for sure. You know, I thought maybe she'd be the TT unit, but the actual TT unit is someone that I thought would be a main unit on the banner, a summonable unit. Last unit is going to be Winter Alear, Duo Alear. Now, this is cute, and it makes sense because Byleth had their time last year, you know, the other avatar, and I like the art, I like the Alears, but I got baited. I think a lot of people did, because if you saw the Resident Battle bonuses, there was Shadows of Valencia, and I really thought Valencia would finally get their seasonal after 2 years. It's been 2 years, over 2 years since the last seasonal, which was Halloween, Duma, and Mila, and I was really thinking that, oh, the Harmonic, maybe this time, is going to be Valencia related, but then I heard it was going to be a duo this time. We've had 2 duos in a row. I know that Intelligent Systems breaks or makes patterns all the time, but I really thought, just based on the Resident Hero Battle bonus season, you know, because usually that determines if someone's going to be a Harmonic or whatever, that it would be Valencia related, but it's not. So I'm a bit sad about that, but it is what it is, you know. It's going to be another duo after Duo Lucina, but here they are, Alear, Wintry Arts, -1 cooldown, the Brave effect, of course, just like Shez, at the start of turn, if units within 2 spaces of an ally, grants Divinely Inspiring, gosh. Okay, to unit allies within 2 spaces for 1 turn. Divinely Inspiring grants bonus to all your stats, X times 3, X equals the number of allies with the Divinely Inspiring effect within 3 spaces of unit, excluding unit maximum 2. So X is going to be 2 plus times 3, so 6 to all your stats. Grants special cooldown count minus X to unit, so you have the special jump, which is going to be maximum 2 jump, and also when unit deals damage to foe during combat, you restore 2 or maximum 2 times 4 HP during combat, so that's going to be maximum 8. So Divinely Inspiring is a really good supportive effect that's pretty easy to give out. It's not as easy as Hortensia's giving it to 3 spaces, but 2 spaces within an ally, and then having more allies around you that have that is going to help it trigger. So that is amazing support. That's a new thing that the Alears have. If unit is I can't even talk. If unit is within 3 spaces of an ally, grants plus 5 to all your stats. If it's penalty on the foe's stats equal to the number of distinct game titles. Okay, so Alear always does this because it's engage, encouraging you to use different units. So more different games among them. Among allies within 3 space unit times 3 plus 4, maximum 10. Unit deals plus X damage. X equals 5 times the number of total distinct. Okay, same thing, excluding themselves, and the number of engaged allies. Okay, and the number of engaged allies, so that's going to affect it as well. So you have emblem rings on. That also works, excluding yourself. Maximum 15, excluding AoEs, and reduces damage from the foe's first attack by X. We just read the condition for that, including the brave hits. And if foe's range equals 2, you have the adapted damage. So this part of the weapon is the juicy part because it gives you tons of stats. Flat damage reduction, though it's only on the first attack, so you can work around this and try to hit them on the second attack because they won't be able to have DR on that. But the true damage that they get is definitely formidable. And the stat debuffs and the stats in general on top of Divinely Inspiring with the special jump and also healing. So yeah, that is a really stacked weapon. Dragon's Roar, we've seen that before. I'm pretty sure, did Legendary Male Leader introduce that? I think he did. Emblem's Miracle, we saw that on his Legendary. I'm not even going to go over this. This gives you the Miracle, 99 HP healing, Disencounter. Yeah, amazing A skill for them. And then we have Speed Res Spike Wall, the new amazing Bulwark skill that gives you Null Guard, damage reduction, flat damage reduction by 7 on the first attack, and also 15% true damage on the greater of your speed or res. And you also have the Bulwark effect for both ranges, not just you know, up close, but also for far range, you know, 2 or 1. So really good B skill. And then even Res Wave D to have the Scowl effect, because they don't have that in their weapon at all, which I'm kind of surprised about, but they wanted to balance it, I suppose, and give it in the C slot. So even Res Wave is going to give them that Scowl effect. And here they are taking on Larather. Now, Larather is a menace, and I hate fighting him. But as you can see, Alear survives with 1 HP, restores all that HP because of his A skill, and is able to go on the offensive and take out whoever. So, actually, dual skill. Neutralize enemy penalty on the unit and allies within 3 spaces of unit. Grants the following to unit and those allies for 1 turn. You also have the LOL effect. You neutralize their buffs, because why not? You also have DR Halving, which is on a lot of stuff this banner. And that's pretty much it. But you can use it every 3rd turn, so that's cool. So I'd say, like, this effect isn't the most crazy effect we've seen. You know, it's not even as, like, I guess, meta influential as others. But it can be useful, of course, and as an Omni tank that you know, Alears trying to do, this is very good if you can't activate it. Now, I didn't even look at their weapon class. What are they? Blue Dragon Infantry? Yeah, Blue Dragon Infantry. Okay. That's new for Alear. So, yeah, that is Winter Alear. I'm sad that Valencia didn't get one, but maybe the next banner. I don't know. But, you know, New Year's usually has OCs. I'm kind of glad that Hathrin isn't on this banner because I thought Dear Dumbleman was going to be on the banner, but he's not. He's actually the Tempest Trial unit, which is crazy to think that he is the TT unit because he's a pretty big fan favorite for a decent amount of people, you know, for obvious reasons. And the fact that he's free is pretty crazy. Now, I highly doubt that they're going to give him Divine Strength in the B as a Grail option. That'd be insane. I feel like they're not going to do that, but who knows. Or they could just give us Divine Strength, but like it's weakened, like a watered down version. Look at Fomortiis. What does he say? Lion, you will pay for making me take part in this foolishness. This bro is hilarious, dude. Like, it's so sad, the story of Fomortiis and the Sacred Stones, but here he is out here changing his mood, his mind, and becoming the Sacred Gifter. So that is hilarious. I love Fomortiis, definitely my favorite unit on the banner. Everyone's adorable, of course, but Fomortiis stole the show in my opinion. Definitely one of the craziest seasons we've seen. Like, what is bro doing? That is just, that's so funny. I love it. But yeah, that's the Winter banner. Has some really powerful units like Hortensia. I feel like is the most impressive just from a healer context and standpoint, because healers don't ever get stuff this stacked usually, you know. Usually the star of the show is some offensive unit, some bulky unit, and well, I mean, Fomortiis and Alear I'd say are better than Hortensia, but Hortensia just as a healer in a healer context, that's insane. Like, very impressive kit, I feel like. Shez is also very impressive. They're all really good units, and unfortunately there's no 4-star demotes. I don't think. Everybody here is 5-star locked, so there is no 5-star unit, just like last year's Winter banner. So you can't get a 4-star seasonal to +10, but hey, if you like any of these characters, it's a good chance to get them because they're very strong and provide lots of support or just really amazing effects for units and are pretty anti-meta. So that is my reaction to the Winter banner. Let me know what you guys think down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Please stay safe out there. Peace out.